5 best strategies to grow your coaching business and start reaching more of your ideal soulmate clients. And when I say soulmate clients, what I mean is clients that connect with you on a personal, spiritual, and a professional level, in the sense of when you connect and meet this person, possibly on the first call, you feel like you instantly click. Like this, it could possibly be your girlfriend or your friend. And sometimes your clients do become your friends in the long run. And so that is what you want to think about when you're creating your content, when you're writing your messaging, is making sure that you are attracting and connecting with the right people. Because how many times have you ever actually, I myself have this has happened to, you connect with the wrong person, meaning you possibly close a client and they're a headache. They're constantly asking you for X, Y, and Z when that's clearly not what you do. They're reaching out to you outside of your business hours, meaning it's 9 p.m. at night and they're like, I need you right now. Or they just don't do the work, meaning you're giving them all the resources, they're not showing up for themselves, and then they're upset with you that they're not getting results. At the end of the day, you want to make sure that your content is connecting with the right soulmate clients. And so that's what we're going to dive into today. And so these are some of the 5 best strategies that have helped me and have helped my clients actually start connecting and growing with their audience. So, first, before you can really start growing and connecting with your ideal soulmate clients, you need to understand why you need to be on social. First of all, the power of omnipresence. When I say omnipresence, I mean being everywhere when it comes to social media. Do you have a LinkedIn? Do you have a YouTube, a TikTok, a Facebook? Clearly, you do. You're in this group. Uh, Instagram, possibly a Pinterest, depending on what your content marketing strategy is. I highly recommend, if you don't have a YouTube channel, now is the time to go ahead and get on it and start creating your marketing strategy. You only really need to post 1 video a week. That means 4 videos a month. So you can totally carve out at least one day to this marketing strategy. And why I love YouTube is because it's evergreen. Even Facebook content is evergreen, but with YouTube, it can be monetized. So 4 years from now, your content can still be performing and generating you revenue. But let's go into more of why. So first of all, reach. You want to think about it. If you are in a local market, you can only touch your local community. But when you're online, you have the power to reach someone in another country, another state, another city, and so much more. Also, engagement. Social is meant to be social. That is what Facebook's for, Instagram's for, all of the social media platforms, so that way you can connect with other people and like minds, along with engage, share stories, and possibly collab and tell your story. Some of you have not taken the time to actually share your why story, your testimony, how you got to where you are today, and position yourself as the expert. You clearly know what it is that you do. You're doing it. You've possibly been doing it for years, and no one knows anything better than experience. Your experience alone makes you an expert. And then build relationships and promote your offers for free. This is a free platform for you without ever running any ads to promote what you do and how you can help one individual overcome a specific problem or pain point, as positioning yourself as the solution. And then, why do you need to be on social? These are some of the reasons. Specifically, this is what I love about Instagram is the direct personal messages. You can also send auto messages via Manny Chat, which we'll talk about on another live. But that is if someone uses it, drops a key term, like, okay, maybe you have a webinar coming up and they're like, hey, I'm interested in your webinar. You can have an auto message respond like, hey, name, I see that you're interested in XYZ. Here's the link below to learn more. Or maybe they respond via an emoji in your stories. Now you can say, hey, thanks for the love. How's your day going? XYZ. So these are great ways to start engagement without you having to respond immediately right away. And the power of short form video. So you have reels, you have your TikToks, you have YouTube shorts. But so that one short form video can now be posted on multiple platforms. And maybe it doesn't perform as well on TikTok, but it performs really good on Facebook. And then if it performs really good on Instagram, and it performs really good on YouTube. And also with YouTube, it can be monetized. So really want to take advantage of short form video and lives. I actually discovered a hack recently where you don't even have to go live to go live, but we'll talk about that later. But lives are really powerful because it, again, positions you as the expert by you sharing your expertise and knowledge and teaching and giving actionable tips and strategies your audience can use right away. Carousels and graphics are great. Long carousels are a long form content. You can put videos in there, jam pack it with value, tips, shift perspectives. Also, reviewing of analytics. This is a way for you to review your performance and then optimize your strategies for your future content marketing. Now that you understand the why, how do you grow? So, how many of you right now are actually using all of the social media features within the platform that you use? So, example, Instagram. Are you going live? Are you using Reels? Are you posting infographics and carousels? Um, are you in the DM? Are you showing up in your stories? You want to use all the multifacets and features within the platform that you use. So, number one, you need to identify and define your soulmate client. Who is she? Who is he? Like, who are they? What are their interests, their values, their biggest pain points and struggles, the dreams and results and outcomes that they specifically want to achieve? And then create content that speaks to them. And oftentimes, you'll find out that your ideal client is you. Like for me myself, I noticed that back when I first started my fitness journey, when I was doing BFit with Elle, before I started, I had a poor relationship with food. I was yo-yo dieting. I didn't know what to do in the gym. I thought that lifting weights was going to make me big and bulky, but then I learned like none of that was true when I actually started going on my personal journey. And then I started sharing the truths and breaking the myths for my audience, and I was speaking directly to her. I was telling her like you can eat carbs, you can lift weights, you can enjoy pizza and cake and still get to your goals. You don't have to eat just 900 calories a day. It's the same with my clients now. Before, I was struggling with content. I was struggling with my messaging, and I was doing all the things that you were not supposed to do. And then I learned from experience and investing in coaches, oh, there is a better strategy. And then I learned how to simplify the content process, how to create content that actually is going to speak and resonate with my audience. And that is now what I teach my ideal soulmate clients. So that way, the content that I'm making, it's connecting with them. It feels like it's speaking to them. And then they can reach out to me like, okay, where do I sign up for your program or what you're offering? And so once you identify that, now you need to optimize your bio to attract that soulmate client. And so you want it to have a professional feel, your profile, even if on your Facebook, you have, a statement, some links, some actual highlight images that they can click on, a cover image, and so forth. Do you have a business page? Do you have a creator page? These are things you want to have, especially because you're running a business. You're not using social media for personal purposes. You're using it to attract clients and grow your business. You want it to have a visual appeal, SEO and keywords, call to actions, and a link. You can also have a multi-link, but if you do have a multi-link, you don't want it to be overwhelming where there's just way too many options. So here's an example of optimizing your bio. So you have a clear headshot, as you see right here. You have, you want it ideally to be from here up, smiling, show your personality, a plain image. Then you have keywords, meaning your name, not your full government name. It's not necessary, just your first name or what you go by. My full name is Eleanor, but I go by Elle. And then I'm an Instagram marketing, sales, and business coach. So maybe you're an online nutrition coach, or maybe you're an ADHD therapist, or you're a copywriter for fitness professionals. Whatever it is, you want it to be right here in the headline because that's going to help you be found specifically on Instagram. And then you want to have a specific niche statement, who you are and how you help, what you offer. And so I help coaches grow and monetize and automate their business using Instagram with via content marketing that converts. And you might want to put also a little no more in here, meaning like I personally have built multiple six-figure businesses all online, and a clear call to action. So get my done for you content system or grab my gut health guide below, and then have the link right there. And in that link, I don't have an example here, but it just has 4 links. There's a freebie, there's my Instagram monetization accelerator. There is an apply, and then there is join the Facebook group. So you want it to be simple, short, and sweet, and then relevant highlights. So, about yourself, about your offer, about your program, some tips and tricks, anything that's going to help give your audience more insight about who you are and what you do. And then valued content for your ideal client below. So I have a combination of carousels, reels, and lives. And within there, as you see, there's always a cover image and it has a hook, like a key caption statement. So that way you understand what exactly it is you are getting. And you want to make sure you have that as well. So next is connection content. So similar to what you see here, you want to have content that's going to connect with your audience and add value. So value tips, so visual, you want it to be appealing and capture the eye. So you want to have those hooks again. Action driven, meaning they can actually take action from the tips and resources that you were giving them in that content piece. L, leadership, you are the leader, you are the authority and the expert. Position yourself as so. U is unique, raw, and real. E, educate, or I'd like to say edutaining. So you don't want to just be boring. You don't want to be, so today, you guys, actually on this reel, I'm going to give you a couple tips. No, show some personality, some tonal inflection, and then D, daily deliverance. You don't have to show up daily, but consistency is key. And then edutaining advice, inspiration, meaning you sharing your story is so powerful, like how you achieved X without Y, or the mistakes that you made to got you that helped you get to where you are today, or the lessons learned. People want to know that, and that's going to help connect with them, and they're going to see that is possible versus just your average how-to content. You always, want to have high quality images and video. Use storytelling. If you missed my storytelling video, it is on YouTube, and you can just tap the link over over there, over there, and that way you can go ahead and tune in to the storytelling workshop, which is jam packed with how you can use the power of storytelling within your content strategy. Concise captions, meaning short and sweet. You don't want to have these huge blocks of paragraphs. Objection handling objections. And this one's really key. Do more content that's going to shift perspectives and give aha. When you give aha content, they're like, oh my gosh, wow, I never thought of it like that. And it really, again, positions you as an expert. More problem aware content, solution driven content, and share testimonials and before and afters. I noticed, especially when I was in fitness, anytime I shared a before and after, especially of myself, it always did well. I accompanied it with a story. And when I accompany it with the story, with a call to action, specific call to action, I would always get tons of leads and build my list. So make sure if you are a fitness professional, use that power. But then also, even if you're not a fitness professional, use the power of storytelling and your testimonials. And you yourself, I would love to know for the person who just tuned in, if you use any of these pieces within your content strategy. If not, anything missing from here that you're not using, make sure to implement it. Next is build relationships. And again, social media is meant to be social. So engage with your audience, have genuine conversations in the comments and in the DMs. And what I love about DMs is you can send voice notes, you can send video notes, you can even do a FaceTime video. I once had a connection where I called a prospective client, and we actually just had a FaceTime chat, which led to a sale, all in the DM. And so, what's also great is collaborations. Reach out to like minded individuals who you can possibly collaborate with in your social media, that similar niche, and then you can tap into their audience and then show up in your stories. I have clients where I don't see them show up in their stories enough. All they do is repost the content that they just posted. That's not enough. You can actually sell in your stories and get a lot of conversions in your stories. And we'll go live about that on a separate training. And then share behind the scenes and day in the life. People want to know what it's like. If you're a business owner, if you're a personal trainer, if you're make some products, they like to see what it's like behind the scenes. And reviewing your analytics for success. This is a great way for you to track your performance, review what's working well, saves, likes, shares, and then refine your content strategy when you see what's working well. So for example, this is a way dive into reviewing your insights. So this is an example of mine. So what you do is you go to your professional dashboard. You want to make sure that you are a creator or a business account, okay? And when you do that, you'll see your insights here. It will give you, hey, what accounts you reached in the past 30 days, what's the highest performing post right now. And then you can see overall accounts reached, engaged, and total followers. Ideally, you want this to be in the green. If it's not in the green, that's when you look at your content why, and then also think about how much and how often are you actually showing up. So checking what performs the best. So I like to go to my reels first and I'll see, okay, what's performing best and why. I notice when I share anything personal, a personal story, storytelling performs really well. If I do any of my how-to hacks, performs really well. And then I'll see, okay, it was saved, it was shared, it reached new audience members. And then I know myself, I create at least once a week how-to hack for my audience, which expands my reach and my brand awareness. Then carousels, which I also love to post, or graphics. So this one I actually boosted for a couple dollars, and it was specifically to get link clicks. And so as you can see here, I did have a couple saves. My goal was to get external link clicks to get people to opt into a freebie and join my list. And so that is another thing you want to think about when you are posting. What is the purpose behind your post? Okay. What is the purpose behind every post? And what is the end goal and outcome? Are you looking to grow? Are you looking to nurture? Or are you looking to sell? And it doesn't necessarily need to be selling. It can be just, I'm looking to grow my list. And so that was the goal of this particular post, was to grow my list, and it worked. And then now we're just going to go into a recap really quickly. So out of the top 5 strategies, these are them to grow your coaching business and expand your reach to your ideal soulmate clients. 1, you have to define who they are. You also need to optimize your Instagram profile or your social media profile for success. Connection content that's going to resonate with your audience. Build relationships with your audience. Engage and review your analytics. And at the end of the day, consistency is key in the secret sauce. You can't post today or show up today and then go ghost for 3 weeks and expect growth and retention. And so if you found all of that helpful, I dive into so much more of this in my Instagram Monetization Accelerator membership and money making messaging bundle. And this is literally a done for you content system where you are able to have plug and play templates and guides delivered to you weekly, so that way you can start connecting with your audience and your soulmate clients on an emotional level where they're ready to just throw money at you. So there is a link below for you to access. I also wanted to go ahead and show you what exactly is inside. So to share my screen about what exactly you get. So one of those things is the weekly content strategy. And so you will have weekly content sound bites, just like and then when you click on the link, it will actually take you directly to the audio where you can see examples and actually use it. Okay. And I gave you the purpose, the potential hook, and how to use it. And you get 7 different ones every week delivered. Okay. So that is one thing, is the done for you weekly content ideas specifically for short video. So again, you can take that thinking out of it. Next, you also get access to over 100 different content ideas. So maybe there was a purpose and a hook and you're like, you know, I like this audio and maybe I actually want to choose something different. Okay. So you would come to 100 different content ideas done for you right here. Okay. So right here, you can see your limiting beliefs, your mistakes, any hot tips, and so forth, and then actually plan it out. So I created this right here. This is an example where you would put your title, the day of publish, what platform you're going to be using, what is the content category that you're going to be using or choosing from. Is it a short form video? Is it a live? Is it a carousel? Are you looking to grow, sell, nurture, do market research? What's the focus? So this is an example. I posted something where I was sharing how to share screen when you're going live on Instagram. That was the goal. You can put an image here for the actual cover image, a link to the content piece, and then scheduled. and then go ahead and put your caption here. So this is something that I personally use myself, and I'll show you what mine looks like here. So this is an example of mine. And I always plan it out. Sometimes I plan out in advance or a couple days before. But if you come in here, I might go and look, okay, so I'll come back and look at this piece. Okay, I posted it at 8 p.m. and then I'll see how it performed. And then like, okay, 8 p.m. is a good time. I will post it again. So it's a great way to actually also, when you're reviewing your analytics, go back and look at your content piece. When did you post it? Because Instagram doesn't tell you that. Okay. And what's also great is you have an idea brain dump of where you can basically pour out all of your content ideas. I'm just going to share one more screen so you guys can get a visual of what I'm talking about. So this is something that I personally use myself, where I brain dump a bunch of content ideas, and I created something very similar for you, in the sense of when you are thinking of the content ideas that you want to create, you will be able to brain dump them as well in a system very similar, which I'm going to show you right here. So here is where you'll be able to brain dump, okay, the 4 pillars that you want to focus on. So if you're a personal trainer or a fitness professional or a nutritionist, it might be food or nutrition, it might be movement, it might be sleeping habits and mindset, okay? So what are some of the biggest fears that it comes to with your client? What are some of the biggest pain points and struggles? And what is the end goal? And then you can choose the category. Is it educational, inspirational, trying to build connection, or you wanted to break beliefs, show some controversy, show your personal brand, or promote? And then you would choose that here. And so when you do this, you now have a plethora of content ideas to choose from that are endless. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. There is so much more that is broken down inside the Instagram monetization accelerator, which again, you will have access to that, plus live coaching and masterclass calls every month. And so if this is something that like, oh my gosh, I need this in my life, go ahead and comment monetization below, or just go ahead and click the link. But I hope you found this valuable. Next week, we will dive into the power of selling within your stories and the framework of how to do just that. So if you have any questions, y'all, make sure to let me know. But I will see y'all in the next live video. Bye for now.